You pet your dog every single day, maybe dozens of times. It feels automatic. Your hand reaches out, your dog is right there, and you touch them the way that feels natural to you. But here's something that's going to be hard to hear. Several of the most common ways people pet their dogs are not actually enjoyable from the dog's perspective. Some of them are mildly uncomfortable. Some of them are genuinely stressful, and your dog has likely been tolerating it silently, out of love, for years. This isn't about making you feel bad. This is about closing a gap that almost nobody talks about. The gap between how we instinctively want to show affection and how dogs are actually wired to receive it. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly where you've been getting it wrong, and more importantly, exactly how to fix it in a way that will deepen your dog's trust almost immediately. Let's start with the most universal mistake, petting the top of the head. It feels natural. It's often the first place your hand goes when you greet your dog, but from a dog's perspective, a hand descending from above onto the top of their head closely resembles a dominance gesture. In the wild, and in dog-to-dog interactions, putting a paw or body weight over another dog's head and shoulders is a way of asserting control. Most dogs have learned to tolerate this from humans because, frankly, they have no choice. But tolerating something and enjoying something are very different experiences. Watch closely next time you pet the top of your dog's head. Do their eyes squint slightly? Does their head duck a fraction lower? Do they lean away even an inch? That's not contentment. That's quiet endurance. Instead, try approaching from the side or below. A gentle scratch under the chin, along the side of the neck, or at the base of the ears tends to register as far more comforting because it doesn't carry that same overhead, looming quality. Next, the full body hug. For us, a hug is one of the purest expressions of love we have. We wrap our arms around the people and pets we love most. But dogs did not evolve a hugging instinct. In their world, having their body restrained by another creature's limbs typically signals one thing: restraint. Even a loving hug, mechanically, mimics a posture of physical control. This doesn't mean every dog hates every hug. Some dogs, especially those raised entirely in human households from puppyhood, learn to tolerate it well, even enjoy the warmth of it. But a huge number of dogs show subtle stress signals during hugs that owners completely miss. A stiff body, a low or fast tail wag that doesn't match a relaxed posture, ears pinned back, or what's sometimes called the whale eye, when you can see more white in the corner of their eye than usual. If you watch videos of dogs being hugged online, you'll start noticing this pattern almost everywhere once you know what to look for. The fix isn't to never hug your dog again, it's to read their body before and during the hug, and to keep it brief, gentle, and optional rather than something forced on them in a moment of overflowing affection. Third, repeated rapid patting. You know this one. Quick little pat motions, usually on the back, side, or rear, often done absent-mindedly while talking to someone else or watching something on your phone. It feels like affection. To your dog, repeated light impact in the same spot can actually feel more like a series of small taps than a soothing touch, especially if it's fast and rhythmic rather than slow and deliberate. Dogs generally respond far better to long, slow strokes than to quick pats. A slow stroke from the top of the shoulder down along the back, repeated gently and unhurried, activates a calming response in their nervous system. Quick patting, by contrast, can actually be mildly arousing or irritating. Not painful, just not the deeply soothing experience we think we're providing. If you've ever noticed your dog shift away slightly during rapid patting, or shake themselves off afterward like they're resetting, that's often a small sign their body wanted something different. Fourth, petting against the grain of their fur. This sounds minor, but it matters more than people realize. Dog fur, like most mammal fur, lies in a particular direction depending on the body part. When you stroke against that natural direction, which happens constantly when people scratch quickly or rub in circular motions on the belly or sides, it can create a faintly unpleasant sensory experience, similar to how it feels for us when fabric rubs the wrong way against skin. Most dogs will tolerate this without obvious complaint, but you can usually tell the difference in their response. Petting with the grain tends to produce a loose, relaxed body and slow blinking. Petting against the grain often produces small flinches, a slight full-body shiver, or a faster blink rate. It's subtle, but once you start paying attention to the direction of your strokes and matching the lay of their coat, you'll likely notice your dog settling into your touch more fully than before. Fifth, petting that doesn't stop when they ask. This one isn't about technique. It's about listening. Dogs have a whole vocabulary of small signals that mean, "I'm done," or "that's enough for now." Turning their head away, a small lip lick, getting up and repositioning slightly out of reach, or simply going still in a way that feels different from relaxed stillness. Many owners completely miss these signals because we're often petting while distracted. During a conversation, while watching TV, while scrolling on our phones. When a dog's request to stop goes unnoticed again and again, something quietly shifts. They don't necessarily become aggressive or dramatic about it. Most dogs are remarkably patient. But over time, some dogs learn that their signals don't get a response, which can lead to a subtle decrease in how much they initiate physical closeness with you. The fix here isn't complicated, but it requires presence. When you're petting your dog, actually watch them. Notice the moment their body shifts from "more please" to "I'm satisfied now." Respecting that boundary every single time builds a depth of trust that constant, distracted touching never will. So here's how you put all of this into practice, starting today. First, lead with consent. Before diving in for a full petting session, offer your hand low and slow, and let your dog choose to lean in. If they don't, respect that. It's not rejection, it's communication. Second, favor slow strokes over quick pats, and chin, chest, or side of neck scratches over a hand descending onto the top of the head. Third, watch their body the entire time you're touching them. Loose muscles, soft eyes, and a relaxed mouth mean you're doing it right. Stiffness, head turning, or stillness that feels frozen rather than calm means it's time to pause. And fourth, and this might be the hardest one, let your dog end the interaction. Resist the instinct to keep petting just because it feels good to you. The moment they show you they're satisfied, that's your cue. Here's the truth underneath all of this. Your dog has never once told you that your touch was wrong. They've simply adapted, quietly, the way dogs do, taking the love you offer in the form you offer it, because being close to you matters more to them than getting the technique exactly right. That patience is one of the most beautiful and, honestly, one of the most heartbreaking things about loving a dog. But now you know. Now you can offer them touch, the way their bodies were actually built to receive it. Touch that doesn't just say, "I love you," in your language, but says it fluently in theirs. And the next time you reach out to pet your dog, and you do it the way they actually need, watch what happens. Watch the way their body softens just a little more than usual. That's not your imagination. That's your dog finally being fully understood.